What is up, guys? This is Jared Spalding here, and for this video I'm going to be comparing casual silver investing to serious silver investing. And I know I had another video talking about getting serious about investing in silver, so this is kind of not really a sequel, but just another discussion on the but this time I'll be discussing both. And honestly, I want you to know that being considered a serious investor is different for every person, and being considered a casual investor as well. It's all circumstantial, but let's just jump into this here. So what does it take to be a serious investor, I guess, is the question you might be wondering. Well, alright, let me just compare the two here. If you're casual into silver investing, you might be spending 1 to 5% of your income on silver. If you're serious into silver investing, you might be spending 25% and upwards of that on investing in silver. Now, it's things like this, and you see, there's no set amount of money you have to spend to be a serious investor. There's people on YouTube who have stacks that are infinitely larger than mine, but I still consider myself a serious investor. And how is that? Well, because the amount of money I've put into my stack is what I personally consider as a circumstantial. Oh my god. As a substantial amount of money. The amount I've spent on it is, I consider, a substantial amount. I mean, me being under 18 is kind of a little bit more difficult to invest, but especially, with having a regular source of income. And that's where the whole thing comes in, why it really isn't important how much money you spend, rather just percent of the amount of money that you spend on silver, as opposed to casual investing, where even if you're a millionaire and you put thousands of dollars into it, it's still really not much compared to the fact that you're a millionaire. So you probably still consider yourself a casual investor. Now, another difference between the two is how you invest. I think a casual investor, while this is not true of all, but most are probably just gonna be very impulsive when they buy. And, they might buy something, not really checking if there's anything else cheaper, just because they think, well, even if I lost money on this, I don't really care too much, because this isn't much my income. As opposed to a silver investor who turned a serious investor. If I could speak today, it'd be wonderful. But as opposed to a serious investor who, turns this basically into a livelihood, and, they're going to be making sure they find the best deals. They might spend months finding a deal, just because, they'll save a little bit of money on silver. And, it's that dedication that really comes in. Let me just fix these. But that's really where, the difference between the two comes in this sense, is that, someone who's serious is willing to not just dedicate a lot more of their income, but also dedicate a lot more of their time into it, They might put hours into searching for the best deal on silver, just because of the fact that they're really serious about it. I mean, they really want to make sure they're getting the best deal, and if they're saving a couple dollars, then it's still, they're still going to do that. They're still going to take that extra couple hours to save a few dollars, just because they're that serious about silver investing and making the most of their stack, as well as the most of the money that they're spending, that they really are willing to put the time and effort it takes. Now, another difference is your knowledge on the matter of silver investing. Someone who's a casual investor might have just heard about it from a friend and thought, oh, it's an interesting idea. And they won't really look up too much, They're easily scammed on coins, there might be a fake year or something like that, or just a fake coin. But they don't have enough knowledge of, the different, let's say with numismatic coins like these right here. They might, not understand what is a key date and what's not. And sure, they could take the time to look it up, but they won't be able to tell if a coin's fake or not, and then they might have it for a long time and try to sell it, and then realize that they got ripped off once whoever they try to sell it to, says that it's fake, and then, it's a big problem, because there's happened to be a serious investor who bought the coin from them afterwards, and they run into some trouble because they were so casual about it that they didn't really think to make sure that, make sure the coin was actually authentic once they got it. And that's another problem, it's very easy to get scammed. That, and it's also easy to get scammed on, not knowing what the price of silver is at the current time. So, you could be paying several dollars over a spot thinking it's a good deal. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, being it's not possible to be a casual investor. It's not what I'm saying at all, but I think that in order to really be a true silver investor, you should be at least a little serious about it, just because of the fact that there is a lot of money to make, and if you're irresponsible, a lot of money to lose. So I hope you guys enjoyed the quick video. That's it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.